All right, so the Arizona Cardinals might be tanking after all. They just dropped Myjai Sanders. They just waived him this past day. Obviously, by the time you see this, there's a chance he might already be a Ram. But here's the thing, and there's also a chance he won't be a Ram. But here's the thing. Myjai Sanders, third-round pick, 100th overall in the 2022 NFL Draft out of Cincinnati. He's 25 years old, 6'5", 248 pounds, out of Cincinnati. And, he posted an elite athletic score, relative athletic score, RAS, 9.17, which ranks, 119th out of 1,428 edge defenders dating back to 1987. According to relative athletic score. He had a 1.57 10-yard split, a 4.67 40-yard time. So, look, I'm seeing a guy here who probably shouldn't have been cut, but was cut because, let's be honest here, the Cardinals have a new regime. He was not drafted by said regime, and they are moving on. Jonathan Gannon, the head coach of the Cardinals, came over with the Philadelphia Eagles. He does not see him as a fit for the defense. So there was talk about him getting traded. I've mentioned him on Twitter before. Rams need pass rush, any sort of pass rush. This would be really intriguing. So just to break it all down, who he is, and then I'm going to explain why I think he makes sense. First off, like I said, the regime doesn't feel like he's a fit. They didn't draft him. He's not their guy. Do I think it's a complete and utter waste of a 2022 third-round pick? Yes. Full disclosure, I had him as a early fifth, late fourth-round pick grade in the 2022 draft. So I'm a man of, transparency. I just want to throw that out there. I didn't think he was as good as he was drafted, but I like his upside. I like his athletic profile, and I like the idea of getting somebody with the tools he has and just, his overall athleticism and just the fact that he's, as good as he is against the run, in my opinion, and getting him in that Rams, room. I think you got a lot of good coaching there. I'd like to see him, we're already seeing some stuff out of O'Shawn Mathis, but I wouldn't mind seeing Myjai Sanders. And he doesn't have to step in and right away be a plug-and-play guy. To me, this is going out and getting a valuable player who has 3 years left on his deal, will be a free agent in 2026. I mean, who knows what you can find. This is the NFL. This is how they find Darius Williams. This is how they found Marquis Christian. This is how they find Blake Countess. This is how, they find these players who get cut by teams, and then they go to the Rams and they find a use for them. This has happened. This is how the Rams have been able to do what they do. Teams just, they get fed up quickly, and there's that. So Sanders opened up the season on IR. He was designated to return last week, so he is ready to go. Right out of the box, so to speak, he is ready to go, ready to play. So you don't have anything to worry about there. He had 17 pressures, 23 tackles, 3 sacks, a forced fumble, a fumble recovery, all in his rookie year. And he was 60th in PFF pass rush productivity. But the thing that stands out to me the most, I understand it's only 71 snaps, but he was 7th in run stop rate. This is somebody that wants to play the run and actually has an emphasis on playing the run. But everyone looks at him as a pass rusher, an edge rusher. This is why I fail to use edge rusher as a term anymore, because I feel like they should be called edge defenders. To assume they only rush the passer and that's all they do would be a unfair assumption. When I look at Myjai Sanders, is he the most perfect guy? No. But I think he makes sense because right now the Rams are rocking Byron Young, a rookie third rounder that is turning into an absolute stud. He's going to make a run at Defensive Rookie of the Year. But after that, you got Michael Hoyt, who's been hit or miss, not really a true outside linebacker, more like a defensive lineman playing outside linebacker. Nick Hampton has now had 2 straight weeks of being inactive, healthy scratch. You talk about Zach Van Valkenburg, who I think they could easily just move back onto the practice squad if need be. So those are the guys. O'Shawn Mathis, I also mentioned before, situational pass rusher, hasn't offered much in the run game. To be fair, he didn't play at all in preseason. He didn't really practice with the team in training camp or OTAs, so he hasn't really had an opportunity to develop, and we've already seen some development from him. We've already seen some flashes of brilliance. So with that said, Myjai Sanders adds something to this edge room, if you will, that they don't currently have. I think he is a really good run defender. I think that is his calling card right now. Really good, really elite athleticism. Played some big time games at Cincinnati, was part of that nasty defense, part of that really nasty Cincinnati team that went to the college football playoff. But when you look at what Myjai Sanders brings to the table, he's got that potential, man. He's got the potential. He can go right in. Like I say, he's going to help you in the run game. He's not a perfect product, though. He's not going to be ready to plug in, start right away. But the logic behind this for the Rams is you're essentially getting a third-round draft pick to develop. And then you're getting him for nothing, right? Because a team went through a regime change and the new regime doesn't want him. To me, the Rams have done this before. Wouldn't be surprised if they do it again. For those wondering, if the Rams did claim him, they would have 2 years left on his contract. They would take on his contract. If you claim him, if he goes unclaimed, his contract is null and void, and he becomes a free agent, and now you negotiate whatever. But if he is claimed, you take on the rest of his contract. It is a rookie contract. It's very affordable. And keep this in mind, they'd have him until he becomes a free agent in 2026. Furthermore, here's the big one. How did the Rams do this? Where are they on the waiver order? Well, after week 3, in case you didn't know, the waivers reset. And the order has reset, and the order is going to go in reverse order from the standings. So if you took all of the NFL records from top to bottom and you just flipped it on its head, the bottom is at the top, right? So the Rams, due to this, would be 19th in the waiver order. Now, I think there's going to be a few teams that might want to claim Sanders. There's definitely teams that liked him in the draft that are probably like, ooh, I remember him. I'd go after him. But I think this makes sense for the Rams. Right now, the Rams, if they don't want to go crazy, they don't want to go after a Brian Burns, a Chase Young, trade, a ton of draft capital for them. This makes a lot of sense. The Rams don't have to make a ton of moves. This is not a bad football team. They're competing. Going out and getting more depth, and while you're going out and getting more depth, getting somebody who can help you in the run game, and furthermore, can help you potentially long-term if you develop him, is a no-brainer to me. And I know I've used that term already to describe the Darrell Henderson pickup before it even happened, but this is a no-brainer. It doesn't cost much. It's very low risk. If it doesn't work out, you cut him, you trade him, you figure it out. It's not a lot of money to take on. This is a rookie contract. So I think somebody with elite level, athleticism, some decent upside, 25 years old, some great, size there. You're talking about 6'5", 248. To me, I don't see any other reason why you wouldn't at least, throw in a claim. Worst comes to worst, now you have to go and you have to move somebody off the roster. Personally, I think that there are a lot of guys that they could probably cut and have them go right onto their practice squad without an issue. I think Sanders is a bigger name because of recent, obviously him being from the draft drafted day 2 last year. But I still think there's a chance that with the IR, he's not playing. Maybe there's some respect there for Jonathan Gannon. The teams might ultimately, avoid doing this. So I think the Rams should. This isn't one of those, this guy's available. It makes sense for the Rams. Everyone's available. Everyone should be on the Rams. No, I wouldn't bring it to your attention if I didn't think it, or in the case of Frank Clark, if I didn't believe against it. So it's one or the other. If it's something that's talked about, I'm going to talk about it and I'm going to give my thoughts. And so I give my stamp of approval. I think they should go right after Myjai Sanders, get younger at edge, but also get some more upside, get some athleticism, make it a real battle in the edge room there. It's only going to make everyone better. So, and again, very low risk. If it doesn't work out, you cut bait. But that's going to do it. I'm Jake Ellenbogen. Let me know in the comments section if you want Myjai Sanders on the Rams. Be sure to like, subscribe, and, of course, comment that. And if you don't have any sort of comment whatsoever, throw an emoji down, your favorite emoji. It helps. It's engagement. and it helps drive this video. So once again, I'm Jake Ellenbogen, and if you want to interact further with the community, you're not a part of one, you want to be a part of one, I got a Discord channel. It's right in the description. The link is. We're over 800 members now. We continue to grow. Keep at it, guys. Keep hitting that Discord link, joining. That is how you're going to be able to get on and be able to call in after every Rams game when I do that live breakdown of each Rams game on YouTube. But until next time, guys, take care. Later, folks.